Oops. Hello, hi everybody. We are live. Okay, so today we are going to talk about. Wait, can you hear me? Because I'm trying out this mic. If anybody can just write in the chats and tell me that are you able to hear me or not. मुझे chats दिख क्यों नहीं रही हैं? I can't see the chats. Okay. All right. So today we are going to talk about a very, very interesting topic. And I have been, there are many a times when people come into my sessions or otherwise they ask me that how do animals process death and what is their afterlife. So though I have done, hello Madhumita, I just wanted to check if you can write, am I audible enough or not? Otherwise I will increase the volume क्योंकि मुझे पता नहीं चल रहा है यहाँ पे कि ये वॉल्यूम आपको पूरा आ रहा है या नहीं. Anyways, so I'm going to talk about yes, you're audible, thank you. So I'm going to talk about a very, very interesting topic, which is how animals see life after they have crossed over. What is their life, where are they, what do they do? So a lot of that I'm going to talk about today. And before I do that, I will introduce myself to you. I'm Dr. Parul Chaudhary. I'm an animal communicator. I'm an animal healer. I talk to animals. I heal animals. So today I want to share with you the interesting story of animals, because in a lot of my animal communication readings, animals come and they share and they talk about what happens to them after they cross over. So animals go to a place which is called as, they call it harmony, we can call it heaven. They say it is a place where their body there is not there, and they feel that they are much lighter and they are vibrating at a higher frequency. And when I say that they're vibrating at a higher frequency, what they show me is that they can move from one place to the other. So because their vibration is so high, they can kind of imagine as somebody who can teleport themselves. So they can come in this place, in this realm where we are, and they can move to that place which they call harmony. It's not a place which is very far off. It is not a place which is not accessible, or it is not a place which is like they are stuck there and they cannot come and they cannot give us messages or make us feel their presence. And in so many times when people come in my readings, they say, even my pet is not there, but I can still feel their presence. I feel that they're all around me. And today only I heard the paws of my pet on the wooden floor, or I'm hearing the bark. And there are many times when I feel that. So so animals always say that it is very easy for them to move from that realm to this realm. And the visuals that they show me, the images that they show me of that beautiful realm, is they are surrounded by many people, like they are surrounded by beings, they are surrounded by other animals. That is a safe place. They feel very comfortable, they feel very loved and supported there, because they are experiencing the soul essence, they are experiencing light. Because when they are in the body, they are just spiritual beings experiencing an animal body. But now when the animal body is not there, they are these spiritual beings who are connected to the light, to the source, and they feel that expansion and love. So let me give you a few stories. And there was this very interesting incident that happened in my session. There was this cat called Mela. Now, Mela was a cat who had crossed over, and a human came to get a session. And when she came into my session, and we connected with the cat, and the cat walked into our space like she came from heaven and harmony, which is what they call. And I connected with the cat, and the cat told me The first thing she told me was very interesting. I was not very sure whether I should share this with the human or not. She says, please tell her about shoes. I said, why is she saying this? Because, but as an animal communicator, my job is not to interpret the message that is coming, or neither to make any connections or make sense of what has been sent to me. As an animal communicator, my job is to just deliver the information that is coming. So I said, all right, fine. If she's saying shoes, then shoes it is. Let's share that. And I told her human that the first thing she wants to say is shoes. And the owner almost started tearing up. She started crying. So I was thinking, I'm sitting like this and I'm thinking, oh, I think there is some connection. There must be some memory of shoes, probably her favorite shoe where the cat would sleep on the shoe. This is all that is happening in my mind while she is tearing up. And then she tells me, no, actually, I went to the supermarket in the morning, and I was today. I was wanting. We were coming for the session. We were doing the session, and I was in the supermarket, and I was in the shopping mall, and I was seeing stuff, and I just was drawn to a shoe store, and I just went there, and I was just sitting. And when I was sitting and I was just trying shoes, I see this person walking in with a bag of cat food, and like she was carrying shopping, so a lot of stuff, so cat food bag was also there, and on that the picture of the cat was exactly like Mela. And I was like, I felt very good. I felt that it was a sign from Mela, and she wanted to say hi to me, or she was in sync that I'm doing this and she's happy. So I felt very connected with Mela at that moment. And that is why when you are mentioning shoes, I'm very overwhelmed just to know that my Mela is not gone anywhere. She's still here. She still looks after me. She's still sending me messages. And you won't even imagine the amount of healing that animals can bring to us, even when they are not with us, when even they are in the spirit and they are not living with us physically, but they know what we are feeling, how we are processing everything, what is happening in our life. And when they come through these sessions to tell their humans that we know every day what you are doing in your life, brings in so much of healing and so much of peace. That is a connection. When I say that when they leave the body, the connection does not end, because they do not see death the way we see. For them, it is just an extension of their connection now without the body. Another incident I would like to share, another story, and this one is really amazing. So I connected with this dog, and the name of the dog was Munchkin. So Munchkin was he crossed over, the human came and in the session, and she was like, I really desperately need to do the session, I want to connect. And I'm very up I am very guilty that we have moved our house, and I'm feeling very sad and I want to connect and I want to talk to Munchkin. I said, all right, fine. So we connected, we got into the session. Munchkin is already in heaven. So we connected with Munchkin, we spoke to him. And when I started the reading, again, the same thing. He said, tell her about that green couch with the white crochet shawl on it. I said, okay. Now, over the years, I've understood that I'm not, I'm not supposed to judge. I said, whatever it is, it is. I said, Munchkin wants to talk about a green couch with white crochet shawl on it. And again, I said that, and she's beaming and she's laughing and crying at the same time. And I was just sitting very curious, because I know that there is a story which is going to roll out, and I know this is something that Munchkin is showing for a reason. And so much so, she told me, I was very worried when I moved out of the house, and I was very guilty. I said, yeah, you told me about that. She says, yeah, because I had buried my dog there in the yard, and when I moved homes, I was feeling very stressed and troubled. It felt like I've abandoned him, I have left him back, and I was feeling very guilty about all this. So she says that, but now when you're mentioning about that green couch and that white crochet shawl, it is just giving me uh, such a intense feeling of joy and love. And I'm feeling so, she was feeling so loved at that moment. She says, I'm so thankful that Munchkin could find me, and he knew where I am, and he's connecting with me, and he's around me. And Machkin said, yes, very much. I see you sitting on the couch with that crochet shawl wrapped in, with a cup of tea in your hand and looking out. She says, yeah, absolutely. It is placed right in front of my bay window. And most of the times I sit there with a cup of tea and I always think about Machkin, and because that overlooks the yard. And there in my house back, I we didn't have this couch, we didn't have this sofa, nothing was there. So I'm very excited that I know that he has traveled with us in this house also, because he can share and describe things which are new and which he's never seen. So she says, thank you so much, it is such an amazing, and we did all the other things in the session. And then later she messages saying that I'm very thankful that this has been such an healing experience, and I'm so thankful that my Machkin is there and he's loving me and it's helping me overcome a lot of things. So that is the beauty of the animals. It is not the magic of animal communication, but it is the beauty of the animals, that how beautifully they are connected, they are looking after us. The third one, just 1 hour before this live, I was in a session and I was talking to this girl, and she was also grieving the loss of a pet, and she was very, very uh, she wanted a message, and she wanted to know whether the pet is still visiting, because she can feel the pet but she's not sure, she's not able to trust herself, because she's still in the grieving process and she does not know what's happening, whether to trust or not. And when I said that to the pet, and I asked the pet, okay, what message, it was her dog, what message would you like to give? So she says, she was planning to go to London and now her plans are changed. And so again, the same thing. She was so happy. She says, wow, yeah, that's right. And I was planning to go and now my plans are changed. And she was extremely happy and thankful that, okay, fine. Now my pet is here. She's around me. She's connecting with me. She's looking after me. And all those senses and feelings that I was getting that she's around me are absolutely the way it is. So a lot of times our animals are always trying to connect with us, but sometimes it is our energy, our vibration, which may not be um, at that level where they can come and connect. Because many people come and say, we are not getting any messages, I hope my pet has not abandoned me in heaven or is reincarnated or has gone somewhere, that's why I'm not able to get a message. So you're not able to get a message because your vibration, you're vibrating at a lower frequency when you're grieving, when you're sad. And it is very natural to, this is, the grieving process is very natural. Because sometimes I hear people saying, oh, it's just a dog, why do you kind of, what is such a big deal? But I know all of you, those who have animals and who are here watching and seeing this, they are they know and they understand this, that a loss of an animal, I feel, is far, far bigger than anything else, because they are, first of all, they become our family. They give us that amount of unconditional love, and they're always around us, being with us in the moments when we are not able to, connect and process so much of our things, but they are always around, they are always there with us and always with us. So that makes a lot of difference. Okay, so I'm just lost my thought. I had written a few points. Let me go through them. This topic is very emotional for everybody, even for me, because I have lost my pets and I know this becomes very emotional when I talk about it. So yes, many of you ask me, can they still see me? Oh yes, they do, because this is how they see you. They are a part of your life. They know exactly what's happening there. And why can't I have some questions written down here which people usually ask me, so I had made a list here. So why can't I feel them sometimes? The reason I just explained, that you cannot see them sometimes because you are grieving. It is your energy that is so low. Now, how do animals communicate from the other side? Many people have asked me, how do you get this communication? What is it they're saying? Are they using a language? Are they talking? What are they doing? Hi, there are a lot of people who are saying hello here. Hi, Kajal. Hello, Niti. I will take up the questions in a bit. You can put your questions here in the chat and I will connect with you in a bit, answer all your questions. So when people say, okay, animal communication, how are you getting these messages? So I'm getting these messages in a very interesting way. They are sending these, there's not a language like they're speaking to me in a particular language, but they're using the language of energy. So they are sending me messages sometimes as feelings, They make me feel certain things. They show me certain images. They can sometimes give me knowings which drop like a huge message. Sometimes they can even write. Sometimes they send me smells. So they, and most of the time they, for me particularly, most of the showing me a lot of things. So when I'm communicating with them, it's almost like I'm seeing a movie. It's like movie. I'm seeing this, a lot of things they show me. So their language is the language of energy, and they will use whatever sense of mine is open. Whether I'm more at this point of time, am I more tuned to knowings, or am I more tuned to seeing things or feeling things? So they will use my senses, whichever is open, whether I'm right now more clairaudient or clairsentient, what state I am in, that is then is when they connect. That is why it is very important when you're connecting with animals or talking to animals or trying to receive a message from animals, you have to be very clear. Your energy body has to be clean. You have to be present in this moment. You have to be a clear channel to receive those messages. Can animal become our spirit guide? Yes, I will take up that question. Hi, Sneha. I will take up all those questions. Are they always around after death? So somebody asked me, when the animals cross over, how does it happen? So yes, when animals cross over, they move into the next realm. But for some time, yes, they can see what's happening once they're out of the body. They see, oh, I am out of the body. They see what's happening, who's around, who's grieving, but they don't stick around there for a long time, because they're very pure energy. They are vibrating at a higher frequency. They are not holding so much of grudge, grief, pain, complaint. They are not, they love us, that is unconditional, but they understand that this is a process, so their attachment to the body is not that high. Most of the time when we are very attached to the body, that is the time when we are hovering around so much with the body. They have already started their death and dying process. They understand that now they have to leave the body, and now they have to move out. So when they move out of the body, they do see things around, but they quickly move into the next realm. No dog has shown me, or animal has shown me ever, or a cat, that I'm sitting and seeing my body, who's grieving, who's coming, who's going. No, they don't do that. They are not interested. They just understand, okay, we are out. They look around, they share their love, and they move into the other realm. That's how they process. Can you talk about a reincarnation about pets? Yes. So if I talk about the reincarnation of pets, this is something that they decide. Most of the time, the animals reincarnate with us if they are a part of our soul family. If there is a soul contract and they want to come, they will reincarnate with us in our next lifetime. And this is something that I will not generalize, because it depends from animal to animal. And the other thing, a lot of people ask me, if my animal is reincarnated, how can we connect with that pet when he is in heaven? Because he may not be in heaven and we are trying to connect with him. It does not work like that. No matter how many times your animal has reincarnated, I have never experienced an animal saying, oh, I have reincarnated, I'm into somebody else's body, so I will not talk. First of all, they would not like to give me that information, that where they are, in what body, what they are doing. Because when I'm connecting, for suppose, say for example, I'm connecting to Sneha's pet who's in heaven. So when I'm connecting to Sneha's pet who's in heaven, then I am only connecting to that energy, that pet who has lived that lifetime with Sneha. So most of the time, I have always seen that they are always available there to connect, because a part of them is always there. We never completely come into this life. Only a part of us reincarnates, and a part of us is there in that heaven or space, harmony, whatever you want to call. So they are not completely going anywhere. So when we connect with them in spirit, we are connecting to that essence there, which is always there. So no matter your pet has crossed over 5 years back, 10, 20, 30, and has reincarnated n number of times, but whenever we connect, we will connect to that pet only. It's always available to talk, connect. They love talking to you. They love sending their love to you. Okay, my pretty much questions are here done. Let me take up the questions here. Okay, so let's see. Nitika is saying, do animals also have karmic lessons or spiritual journeys like us as humans? Not really. They do not have so much of karmic lessons, because they are not in that cycle so much. Yes, they have their own spiritual journey, because they reincarnate here, help us. They have a soul contract with us. They come here to help us to grow and evolve. So when we are not in the body and they are not in the body, and we are in that realm, and we are looking at, okay, whom we are going to reincarnate, who's going to help us with this, or who is going to help us learn this part, you choose. It's like when you're enrolling for a course, you chose, you see, okay, this is the curriculum, okay, these are my teachers, this is how this plan is going to work out. So you're doing exactly the same thing there up, which animals show me that it's almost like a class. You are sitting, it's like a lesson where you are studying. Okay, these are my teachers. Okay, I have two teachers for maths. Okay, fine. Do they ask you, do you need a third one? No, I am very, like somebody like me up there would say, I'm very weak in maths, so probably I need an extra help. I need more help in maths, so I need more teachers to help me, or I would like to have an extra class, or I would like to take some tuition, or I would like somebody who can teach me in a better, in a playful manner. So this is how we are choosing our soul lessons and our teachers. So those teachers are who? They could be your parents, your friends, and some of us, somebody like me who's very weak in maths may need extra teachers and may go to these loving animals and say, why don't you come and you also teach me? And I feel very sad because some of us never get a chance to have extra animals. We say, no, we don't need them. So it is we are choosing each other there in that realm. So that is how we choose each other, and that depends on their spiritual. So they are also a part of our spiritual journey. They have their own spiritual journey that they have chosen us. They are going to help us to learn these things in this lifetime with us. This is how they are going to help us to grow and evolve. So that is how animals are choosing each other. That is how they have their own spiritual journeys with us as well. Okay, can animals become our spirit guides? Our animals are always our guides, but I would say that spirit guides are guides who have never ever lived in in anybody's body. Like, they have not lived in a human form. They don't have a body. So spirit guides are usually a higher essence, a higher vibration, a higher energy which has not reincarnated in the form of a human or an animal. So when we say our animal spirit guides or our spirit guides, is that higher essence. It could be the collective essence of all the tigers. So they say, okay, my animal spirit guide or my animal guide is a tiger. Does not mean the tiger who is in the jungle, just means the collective essence, or the light from where all the tigers are originating, that group soul. So that's how this is. But your animal who is in heaven is definitely your guide. Why? That is your guiding light, because many a times all of your guys may connect to them, and that animal may be guiding you in life. What is the next question? Kajal says, does the pet send a sign or help us recognize them if they do return? Yes, sometimes they do. So sometimes when people connect in my animal communication readings and they say, if my pet is going to come back or is going to reincarnate, is there any sign that they're going to give us? And sometimes animals do share that. Does the okay, Priyanshu Divedi, my doggy Pi was my love. When he was alive, he used to fight with mom. My Moon, my cat. Does Pi still hate Moon? Okay. So, this is an interesting question. I don't know about Pi, but I'm very sure that Pi does not hate Moon, because, as I told you, animals exist in two planes. One is the physical plane and one is the soul plane. So in the soul plane, they understand why probably we do a reading with Pi, then we understand what is the soul lesson that Pi was bringing up while he was behaving like that with Moon for you. Because he is not here, he does not hate Moon, and animals do not have that feeling of, they love unconditionally. They are not hating each other just because they're barking at a particular dog, or they are chasing a particular animal, or not existing with the other animal in the house. There is a reason. If your animal is present in the body, then we recommend do a soul level animal communication reading. That is where you can connect and understand. But animals are living in two realms. So, in the physical plane, if he's bringing up hate, jealousy, anger, or any such emotions, that is a part of his physical life. And why he's bringing that emotion or that feeling towards another animal or human, and if it is bothering you so much, then there is a soul lesson connected. So probably you both have decided something which you need to work in this lifetime together, and that animal is using that behavior. So this is a very interesting question. And sometimes we feel that, why our animals are behaving like this. Most of the time their behaviors are for a reason, and they do not harbor any hatred, jealousy, anything in the soul plane. But in physical plane, yes, they can play out all these energies and emotions. Madhumita, how we feel our pets who passed away is around us is any sign as we miss her and we feel she's also missing us. So, see, the signs can come, animals can reach out to you in many ways. They can use other animals in the space. And a lot of time, animals show me that they're using our social media, they're using YouTube, they're using Instagram, because you will see suddenly an animal who just looks like her, that picture pops up. Suddenly, you may hear their name out of nowhere, or you're seeing an ad and their name comes up, or you're sitting in the office and somebody takes that name. These are all little signs of your animal saying, say, hi, I'm here, I love you. So they send very small, subtle signs to you, and which you may just say, oh, it's just a coincidence. If you feel that it's a coincidence, you may not be able to connecting with the love that they are sending you. But anything or everything that they do around you, they are sending you messages, and mostly when you are thinking about them. When you think about them, it's like when you think about them, you are sending a hello to them, and then they send a hello back many a times. Now you have to be open enough to trust those little hellos that come by you. Sneha Chaudhary, how do I know it's not just wishful thinking when I dream of my pet? Here is where the catch is. Because if you are connecting with your cat, if you're thinking about your pet and your pet shows up, you have to believe. If that dream comes up, you have to believe that this is sent by your pet, because there is no way that you would be dreaming. Dreams are what? Dreams are, we all astral travel, whether it's an animal or it's a human. We all move out of our body every night. We travel, we go to the inner world where we see dreams. Dreams are just ways of connecting and experiencing the other energies in that realm. And when we come back, it feels like many a times, how many times it feels like your dream is real? So many times you feel, oh, I just felt I was there. You get up gasping for breath. You get up sometimes scared. Sometimes you feel so blessed and overjoyed. So you are fully experiencing that. It's just not a fantasy that you are seeing. And there is a lot about dreams. You can always go read and see. There is so much written about dreams, and animals do come and connect in dreams. Why? Because your energy is nice, you're vibrating at a beautiful frequency, you are at rest, your mind is not overclouded, you are very centered and aligned at that point of time when you're sleeping, and it's very easy for them to come through. And so many times we do not even remember when we get up that we have dreamt about them, or we quickly forget what they are giving us. Surbi Pandey, the animals make friends or any new relations in heaven. Do they even miss us? Yes, they do miss you. But animals, they do not make any relations or friends. They are, it's like, you are above all this when you're there. When you're there, you are feeling that connectedness and you're one with all. So it's not like, okay, you are my friend and you're not, and I want to meet you and I don't want to meet you. It is not like that. They are vibrating at a higher frequency. They're all connected. They're just feeling that love, and everything feels one. How many have you ever experienced when you go to a nice meditation, or you're going to a beautiful place where there is a lot of nature, and you're sitting in the quiet and calm, and you're feeling as if, everything is in you and you are in everything. So it is just the same kind of feeling. Sneha says, can you connect to a pet soul years later, even if they have reincarnated? Yes, I just mentioned that. You can very much do that. You can connect to that soul, even if you have, even if the pet has reincarnated a number of times, you can still do that. So there is no problem in that. I don't know why my hair are looking like that. Okay. Ma'am, my name is Nikita. I want to know about my Casper alive. Is Casper experiencing any pain or discomfort in his body? Okay, this is the last one I will take. Is there any way that we can ask our pets to come back in our life? You can always connect and see. You can always do a crossover animal communication reading, talk to them and connect to them and see what they have to say to that. Yes, you can say anything you like. When you come into a reading, you can practically talk about anything to your pet. Okay, so is Casper experiencing any pain and discomfort? Okay, let me quickly do one short connection. Let me connect with Casper. Hi Casper, I'm Parul, I'm the medium, and Nikita is here on a live with me and she wants to connect and talk to you. Niti wants to understand, Casper, that are you feeling any pain or discomfort anywhere in your body? So I'm going to connect with Casper's body. I will let him superimpose his energy on me. So when I connect with Casper's body, I'm feeling a lot of itch in my right ear. My right ear is feeling very itchy, as if there is wax, and I need to clean this. And I'm feeling almost like acidity, like a ball of acid around my chest area. So that's what I'm feeling, and I'm feeling some discomfort in my back right leg and even in my front right hand, and I want to lick, because I feel that there is pain and Casper wants to kind of show me that he's licking. So whenever I'm saying I, that is Casper. So that is what Casper is sharing with me. Almost I'm having this burp that Casper is giving me. Okay, thank you, Casper. Thank you for connecting with me. Thank you. And I disconnect. Okay, it was lovely talking to all of you and connecting with you. And I will come back again and connect with you, and we'll have fun. Bye bye. Take care. Oopsie, here we end the stream.